Hello tribe, I hope you're all doing well. Today, this special video in Middle Earth Starship mission will be focusing on the correcting and betterment of what we've come to know as our modern day financial system. Our corrupt, overtaken financial system, which began 2 centuries ago and initialized almost everywhere on the planet right from the start, I'm actually being told, by my spiritual team, which means that major deals were struck and even forced, I'm feeling, upon social leaders that did not think twice or give a rat's ass about selling out their nation to the devil and his twisted design upon earning a quick buck, or upon worthy leaders with the same responsibilities of governing a nation not wanting any part in this crooked, purely evil scam from an inner place of morale. Yet the Jesuits and Nazis, with all their convincing tactics, got old school and decided to persuade them otherwise. Hence the backwards, illusory, inverted, distorted, incredibly polluted, hoodoo-like, satanic circus playground we all live in today that we dare to call the world. To give you an idea about just how dire this change being implemented into our kingdom is a need to take place ASAP. When informed with my guides, they confessed to me that the long played out counterfeit system that we've somehow grown accustomed to, like a group mind, forces people to pay extra for things that they don't need to in the form of taxes in order to drain their energy and enslave their brains to the nature of the beast system. This is a classic brainwashing method conjured with black magic from ancient Egypt, which is actually what the Jesuits, Nazis, and reptilians, just now formerly operating our world, somehow successfully transitioned the entire planet to. Even foreign countries like Africa being in on the game in order to keep the long-standing oppression going for a chance of receiving earnings from it somehow in the end. So it truly is a game, the most satanic game, the holy grail race to hell, that the most famous, wealthy dictators, politicians, still dictators, presidents and vice presidents included, are all in on, the Illuminati, and playing like chess, which is the code they like to display to us in order to play fairly and let us in on it subtly until we finally catch them at this exact seed point, which we're officially at now in the Fibonacci sequence, the 369 quantum spiral machine, you could call it, that's been acting like a trail and guide for our starship to follow so we may not vary off track during our fast track ascension journey to 5D, even activating us oftentimes, as the 369 is a genius code that we are naturally linked and akin to become even more genius, which is another way we've been receiving our inheritance, a major part of it anyway, before it is time for us to receive the entire thing in full at the end of the yellow brick road. So, since we are now at the seed point, source, or heartland of the entire agenda and game they're all playing with each other, we can now deliver our final blow to them with our fierce Judgment Day, Sisterhood of the Rose Authority, by handing them a nice, firm, I forgive you, straight from the most high dimensions of pure love and the most low dimensions of still pure love, in order to get our point across in the most screaming, high pitched, yet depthful ways, making this starship mission to the heart of the devil complete and infinite. In addition, in order to shed even more light on the corrupt nature of our now former old Earth, old Fae, extinguished financial system before we get into the mini tarot reading to help us do further reprogramming, I was made aware that, just like a deadly virus, poison ivy, or a venomous serpent, it slithers all around and trickles into almost every single aspect of life, working through and with the matrix forcibly in order to poison us and infect us, especially the youth, and especially the ascending star youth, in various ways, so that we may lose our rebelliousness bit by bit, and then conform and comply with the rules of old Fae hags and fags. In other words, the anti-money system is somehow bleeding into and affecting pop culture as if it's a teenage child or millennial youth in secret without our knowing, utilizing its Babylonian parcel tongue language and coding methods to do this undercover in order to brainwash us, honestly, as much as it possibly can, even further, to ensure that we become its slave in the most efficient manner in modern day. It is even somehow greatly in charge of cancel culture. To give you an example, by working with the anti life nature flow system they have to curse people, keep them in a state of lack, never fully being able to take off with anything, not a single successful business idea, clogging a huge portion of our feminine energy and perception in this sector that makes you a young, wild, free, in the know and in the now, rebellious youth, somehow specifically. It just so happens to, which is what includes you into life, in your time, fully in your generation, gives a chance for your chakras to flourish and for you to feel the effortless instinct and energetic drive to get out, use your voice, your talents, and be active in the loudest of ways. All in all, ultimately making you feel young, which the former powers that be do not, or at least did not, want us to have for the pettiest, most foreign, most alien reasons. So, you see what I mean about it all needing to stop now? This anti Middle Earth, Holy Grail race to hell? Which is why we are going to be embarking on the thrilling, extraordinary adventure of reprogramming the Matrix's current financial system to a fairy financial system together today as a 144 Ascended Starseed Matrix Warrior tribe, all right through cyberspace, in order to get this all corrected, everything back into full harmony, much better than ever in the brand new 5D timeline, and everyone excited about youth, what it means to be young, feels like, and everything involving youth, way too much youth. Sound good? So let's go ahead and get into the mini reading, utilizing our magic from the fairy kingdom and its natural, innate magic to shift things around through our matrix system, slaying the serpent virus code, sliming all over everyone's things in the process. Shall we? When shuffling through my tarot deck to find the best card to help us with this reprogramming of our former financial system into a fairy, intelligent financial system instead, the Queen of Wands is what appeared out to be the guide we need for this short mission. Immediately, I am picking up on the former nature and balance, which truly didn't have any balance at all, of the beast system matrix's financial system, and how it was hexed and constructed with black magic in order to make it so one side of the world's population thrived and gravitated towards big money successfully, facing no struggles of lack or poverty whatsoever as a result, and the other side, the lower class, was cast out of the money race and game, which we lack no part in anyway if it is corrupt at the time, in order to play out roles of enslaved, lost, unsavable sheep fallen from grace, when it is actually them, our oppressors, whom have fallen way far from grace on almost irreparable levels is so catastrophic. However, this is one of the original sins of our time that is being completely eradicated and abolished out of our Earth's core, heart, and history throughout this mini reading and reprogramming session, as it was greatly constricting the heart and soul of our Mother Earth for the longest, as well as ours, her and God's children, naturally as a byproduct due to our strong connection with them and with spirit. The deliberate backwardness of this crooked ancient Egyptian, Babylonian, reptilian system has even affected the families our souls choose to gravitate to, or are allowed to gravitate to, with the most down to earth, humble souls having no access to the richer, more well off family lineages, whom again we like no part of anyway, and the more greedy, less experienced, immature, dependent souls incarnating into families more close to home, to their heart, and true to who they really are, that being the wealthy. So, all is perfectly balanced, even still, with this form of structure, as every soul here is with the exact family bloodline they're meant to be in to be fair in this way. Now, we just have to make it even more fair, which is exactly what we are achieving right now by flipping the lower class even further into the middle and upper class levels, simply because the Age of Pisces era Their era is now over, and their souls are wanting to continue its journey of lessons and growing in this way since the opportunity is now finally available. Now the high life is ours at last, in which we will enjoy and take advantage of so much better than them, since the point we were born within history placed us in the perfect position of having to learn the toughest lessons beforehand that prepare us and allows us to handle the new experience and blessing maturely, wisely, yet still wildly, youthfully, and ever so excitedly. It looks and feels like the young, precious woman is blowing away her entire illusory past that she still somehow got to learn great lessons from, as well as all of the haters within her day to day life, mixed with the haters from long ago that inflicted this old satanic structure onto our race, right off of her hands, as it's all fallen to dust due to her great rise and ascent into this new goddess form. Hence how huge she is compared to the dust in her hands, reminding the enemy just who we were all this time and who they decided to fuck with long ago for whatever crazy reason. We had our turn, and now it's time to switch to the other side. Major victory has just overcome us, which the card is already perfectly depicting, and over the entire witch age, witch system, intertwined with the beast's arena and agenda, represented by the position and status she has above the black cat just below her, and it's the hugest win and breath of fresh air for the lost, stolen tribe of Hebrew Israelites turned Matrix 144 warriors. The most peaceful, pure, innocent, wise, mysterious, interesting, cool, unconditionally loving race of human beings, although superhuman at times, that you'll ever be blessed to meet. Highly sought after to be killed, tampered with, and destroyed by Satan and his disciples, running the Hunger Games Ascension process for 3 whole centuries now, I'm being told. And now it is just all over. The last thing I'm going to do before we part ways from this successful reprogramming session slash quantum psychic narration is call for the proper fairy kingdom angels and spirits to enter our realm so that they may dance around all over the place, make all the inspections they need, figure out what needs adjusting here within our fucked up financial system, and then work with their magic and flex their expertise to switch our former outdated system to their up to date, extremely convenient, minimalist, incredibly fair and thoughtful fairy financial system, which will actually blend right into our consciousness, the perks of being a starseed, right away pretty quickly due to our natural connection with the fairy kingdom and understanding of the immense simplicity and language of it all. So, if you weren't as excited about our planet's transfer and moving process into a much better, happier, thoughtful, free, healthy kingdom as you were before hearing about the brand new shifts and upgrades being implemented into our brand new paradigm, then I'm sure you are even more so now. Starseed teenagers and young Starseed adults will feel like this is the time to be alive, my guides are firmly and excitedly stressing, as they know just how held back we've been from truly getting to experience what it means to be a youth incarnated into our specific, unique generation at this time, since the Hunger Games Ascension process kicked off, halted our growth, and made everyone begin evolving backwards, so that growth would be stunted instead back in 2014. However, this is all reversing now, and the fairy financial system, which is you, understands you so well that you'll grow a bond naturally and begin to develop into a true, timeless adult as an effect. Just wait and see. See you there. And that concludes this mini tarot reading slash reprogramming session for our planet's financial system. Thank you so much for your participation. I hope that you received all of the help, insight, and upgrades you needed throughout. Subscribe if you feel you receive a lot from these videos of mine. Comment down below if you have any questions or would love to chat about what you've gathered here today. Donate to my PayPal if you feel you'd love to commute and say thanks. And I'll be back here with more enlightening videos for the Starseed Collective in the near future. Bye now.